All right, y'all. Welcome to Jersey Fresh, NJ Pack's new 8-week open mic series here on Facebook Live. We're in week 4. We're at the halfway point of this wonderful series. There's so much amazing talent right here in the Garden State. And tonight we're going to feature 3 really cool acts. Let's get right to the main event. First up, we have John and Tayler, an acoustic duo based in North Jersey, playing their own blend of pop, rock, country, and classics, as well as some of their own original material. Let's bring on John and Tayler.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I am looking so forward to hearing your music, and I'm certain that our audience is as well. So the stage is yours.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hi, we're John and Tayler. Thanks for having us here. We're going to do a song. First song, it's an original song. It's called Kindness is Contagious, and it goes something like this. Lockdown, I got nothing to lose. I'm getting tired. I'm singing the blues, keep looking up, trying to spread good news. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. Lockdown, try to get through to you this time. To make some changes, keep looking up, trying to spread the news. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. As I stood on the ledge, wondering if I should jump, but you would never see me there, lying face down in the dumps. I changed my mind, made a new start. I didn't want to leave you with a broken heart. Locked down, I got nothing to lose. I'm inside. I'm singing the blues, keep looking up, try to spread good news. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. Locked down, try to get through to you this time. To make some changes, keep looking up, try to spread the news. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. As I lay dying, and the wheels keep turning round and round. A fire in my kitchen, there's a water main break on the ground. Seemed like the world was falling apart, but then I fixed it with a change of heart. Locked down, I got nothing to lose. I'm getting tired. I'm singing the blues, keep looking up, try to spread good news. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. Locked down, try to get through to you this time. To make some changes, keep looking up, try to spread the news. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. I'm locked down, I got nothing to lose. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. Locked down, try to get through to you. Love is kind, kindness is contagious. Woo! Anybody find me somebody to love?
Each morning I get up, I die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror, cry, oh Lord, what you're doing to me. I spend all my years and believe in you, but I just can't get no belief. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
She works
every day of my life. I work till I ache in my bones.
At the end of the day,
My heart don't play on my own. I get down on my knees and I start to pray till the tears fall down from my eyes. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love?
she works hard
Every day.
somebody, somebody, anybody find me.
Somebody to
Find
love.
me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love.
Somebody,
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 somebody, somebody find you somebody to love. Anybody find me.
somebody to love.
Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. All right, thank you. Do we have time for one more? I think so. There's a song, another song that we did during the lockdown. It's called 6 Feet Closer to You. And, you know, it's just about being socially isolated and wanting to be closer to everybody. And I don't know, it's kind of corny, but I guess, hey, it works. So here it goes. I don't want to be alone. I'm so tired of feeling blue. I just want to be closer, 6 feet closer to you. And my hair is getting long. I see a roof is showing through. I just want to be closer, 6 feet closer to you. Another day I'm stuck inside looking out my window. As the world goes by like down, I can't let you in though. And I don't know how much longer I'll survive. Drinking beer, watching the news. Wanna be closer, 6 feet closer to you. Hey! Another day I'm stuck inside looking out my window. I can drive, gas is cheap, but there's nowhere to go. But I do know it still feels good to be alive. And I keep looking forward to when I can get closer, 6 feet closer to you. I just wanna be closer to do the things we used to do. Yeah, just wanna be closer, 6 feet closer to you.
Thank you.
Stay safe out there. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having us. That was a blast. Hope to see you soon. Don't forget to check us out, Instagram and Facebook at John and Tayler. That's Tayler. Thanks again, Katab. We'll take it. You take it over.
Sorry, I was muted. That was great.
Okay.
Thank you. I got.
Thank you so much.
Stay for a second. Stay for a second.
Okay.
So,
Bye,
tell me,
John.
tell me how you guys met and started playing together.
We were at a gig, band gig. This is pre-COVID, and we met. Started talking about getting together and doing some acoustic songs together and singing. And before you know it, we were locked down for a couple of months.
Right,
so
we
never
practiced
got it.
a lot.
We practiced a little bit and a lot.
Yeah, and here we are.
And here we are. We start doing some gigs. So we've been pretty steady now doing acoustic stuff at a socially distanced outside gigs, and you know where we can get them. So.
Well, now that it's getting cold soon, are you guys gonna go into the studio and make some recorded music?
Yes.
Hopefully, yes, soon. We're planning on that. Writing a lot. We want to record. You know, getting better each day.
And my last thing is, where are you guys based? Where do you
I'm in Morris County, Randolph, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Taylor's in
I'm in Montclair, New Jersey.
Montclair, New Jersey.
Very good. Very good. Morris, we got Morris County and Essex County. Very good.
Yes.
So it was a pleasure to have you guys on.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Pleasure to have you. And audience, please tip your artists, and let's keep them employed and going. All right. Y'all have a good night, John and Tayler. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right. So we just had some acoustic stylings from John and Tayler. Now let's change it up the whole vibe. For the first time in the series, we have a comedian. So I'm going to bring on Vernita Bostick, who's a full-time educator as well as a comedian from New Jersey. She's performed in several comedy venues, competitions, and festivals like Caroline's Comedy Club, Women in Comedy Festival, and the world-famous Apollo. So what's up, Vernita?
Hey, how are you?
I'm going to just turn it right over to you and let you do your thing, and see you soon.
Okay, good to see you. Well, I know it's only October, but I've been thinking a lot about the beginning of the pandemic, in March, where we didn't have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Like, all I did was work and watch Netflix. Like, that's it. I remember my girlfriend called me up to see what I was up to one day, and I was like, oh, girl, I just watched Netflix. She was like, oh, girl, for real? Me too. She said, what'd you watch? I was like, I just told you. I watched Netflix, like the entire thing. I've never watched so much Netflix in my life. Like, no lie, I watched Netflix every single day for 3 months straight, right? And then I had to take a break. And when you start watching something and then you go back to it, it gets put in this category that says continue watching for whatever username that you chose. So when I finally got back to it after some time, category that used to say continue watching for V changed to bitch, ain't nothing left. I was like, okay, I guess I'm done here. But let me watch regular TV, because what else is there to do? So the only thing about regular TV when you watch these streaming services is that it has a whole bunch of commercials. You know what I'm saying? I forgot about that. And I don't know if you guys saw those COVID commercials at that time called COVID celebrity commercials, where celebrities would try to convince us regular people, to do our part and play our part in the pandemic. And I don't remember most of the celebrities, but the only one I remember was Oprah, right? I'm watching something and she came on one day and she was like, hi, I'm Oprah. I'm like, I know who you are. And she was like, stay home, wash your hands, and stay 6 feet apart. If I can do it, you can do it too. And I'm looking at her like, Oprah, that's because your house sits on 70 acres of land, okay? Like, just like 3,000 square feet. Meanwhile, I'm in this 1-bedroom apartment in Jersey that's so small, I can stay in 3 rooms at the same time, okay? So I don't need you telling me what I can and what I can't do, especially looking like that, because she was all put together. And I'm like, sis, we're in a pandemic. Like, what are you doing? If you want me to listen to anything that you have to say, I'm going to need you to look like me right now. So get your COVID clothes on, look COVID casual, a break, come back on my screen. I need to see you with your bonnet on, a silk scarf underneath, no makeup, ashy face, new growth on your nails, old sweatshirt and sweatpants that got food stains on it. I can tell what you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? And take that bra off. Where you going? We're not going nowhere. Get comfortable, Because I'm like, if you don't look like me, I don't want to hear nothing that you have to say. Nothing. I was like, don't give me no advice. You can give me a car, but don't give me no advice. I don't want that. A lot of us are working at home like I am. Like Katab said, I'm an educator, and that's been interesting. My mother called me the other day to see how things were going, and I was like, they're going okay. We're not in the school building anymore. We're doing remote learning. We're virtual. She was like, okay, so you working on the Google? I was like, it's Google, not the. She was like, yeah, that's what I said. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm not about to argue with this person. And I'm like, why do old people always put the in front of stuff that they don't understand? And finally, I just gave up. I was like, yeah, Ma, I'm working on the Google. I was like, well, I got to go because I got a 2:00 meeting on a Zoom. So I'm going to talk to you later. It's crazy. And it's funny because like working in a high school, working virtually is totally different, okay? Because these high school kids, they can do whatever they want and there's no consequences just because they're at home. I met with some of my students the other day on Google Meet. Do you know one of my students had the nerve to come on vaping? I was like, really? I'm like, he's bugging. And if you don't know, when these kids come on, they already know the protocol. They're already muted. And to be honest, they don't want to talk to us anyway. Anytime we ask them a question or they got anything to say, they put it in the chat. right? So this kid that's smoking, I'm like, yo, Jose. And all I saw, first of all I saw was the smoke. I didn't even see his face. And I was like, yo, Jose, I said, you got to put that out. You're in school. Plus, you got a district computer. Okay. He going to type in the chat. Nah, I'm good. I'm thinking to myself, like, that wasn't a question. Like, that's not a request. Right. And he was so high, he didn't even realize that his mic was still on. So a couple of minutes later, the phone started ringing. And I was like, Jose, your phone is ringing. Everybody can hear it. Pick it up. He going to put in the chat again. I don't know who that is. I was like, all right, two can play that game. So I typed in the chat, well, I do. It's a substance abuse counselor. I just told her to give you a call. Bye-bye. Like, these kids be testing you. They really test your patience. These kids are a lot of responsibility. And that's one of the reasons that I'm glad that I don't have any kids. I'm also glad because they're expensive, okay? The older they get, the more money they cost. Because they want the nicest clothes, the latest technology, the hottest footwear, especially when it comes to them shoes. I had a parent tell me one time that she had spent $400 on a pair of shoes, sneakers for her son. And I'm looking at her like she lost her whole entire mind, right? And I don't know if I was more surprised at the fact that there's sneakers out there that cost that amount of money for teenagers, or at the fact that her son didn't even play basketball. I'm like, ma'am, your son's not on the team. Like, he's not on the team and you still pay that much money? I'm like, so basically you spent all of that money so your son could walk. I was like, all right, so I don't know if you heard about this dude named Jesus, but Jesus did that and more in just a pair of sandals. Like, what were you thinking? Like, that was not a wise financial decision. It was not. And then she gonna look at me like I'm crazy and ask me, what's wrong? What's the problem? I said, Miss Jackson, you just came here and asked me for an SAT fee waiver. I'm like, the test costs $50. Okay. I'm like, if you return them shoes, Ahim can take the test 8 times. And the rate he's going in school this year, he might need to. Okay. Because sometimes in school, you think it's the kids' priorities that are messed up. Nope. Sometimes it's the parents. Sometimes it's the kids. Speaking of Raheem, I'm kind of glad that I don't have kids. Another reason is because I don't want to have to deal with this whole naming process. Got a lot of friends with kids, a lot of family with kids. I know that process can be stressful. And for Black people, I feel like it's a lot of pressure to name them something different, like something that stands out. Because on one hand, you want to give them a name that's strong. You want to give them a name that means something to you. But then on the other hand, they're probably not going to have a good job because of it. You know what I'm saying? That's like catch-22. And I don't know if Black people realize it or not, but we love naming our kids after nouns, a person, place, and thing. Okay, like somebody famous, somewhere we ain't never been, or our favorite drink. Like, why do you think we have names like Beyonce, Milan, Chardonnay, Brown? Okay, that's where it comes from. And what is a Beyonce anyway? Now, I don't need the beehive coming for me, but I just want to know, because Beyonce is a beautiful name, don't get me wrong, until you turn 50. Okay, because after that, it ain't cute no more. Like, I don't want to hear no Grandma Bae or Granny Beyonce. Like, that ain't cute. Like, Black grandmothers are supposed to have names like Hattie Mae and Pearl. Okay, because Hattie Mae and Pearl are cooking the Thanksgiving meal for the entire family. And when you ask them what you need to bring, they just say, don't worry about it, sugar. Just bring your empty stomach and your appetite. But then when you go over Grandma Beyonce's house, this bitch is cooking you shrimp fried rice, egg rolls, and ordering sweet potato pie on DoorDash because she's 40 and don't know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? And then when you sit down with your Chinese food to watch TV with your family, for Thanksgiving, Oprah come on the commercial. It's me again. Now, I know that Chinese food is not a traditional Thanksgiving meal, but I just want you to remember that if I can eat it, you can eat it too. Thank you, guys. I'm Vernita. That's the end of my set.
I loved it. You know what? Jose needs his ass beat.
He does. He does.
So, like, as an educator, excuse my language, y'all. Oops. So, as an educator, you have to kind of, maintain some kind of decorum with your kids. How do you hold yourself back from ragging on them when they really get on your nerves?
I'm very sarcastic, and that works. When you get to know your kids, you get to know their personality. So you know which ones you can be sarcastic with, and they'll be hee ha ha with you and won't take offense. And then the ones that are a little bit more sensitive, so you can't really go there with them. So it's really about knowing your kids and finding a balance.
How have you, what I loved is, part of being a part of comedy is like having that energy from the crowd to kind of keep you going. How have you been doing comedy sets with just you and your computer and your own humor?
Yeah, I've been doing a few open mics on Zoom. At least on Zoom is a little different than this platform because I can see people. If I can't hear them laughing while I'm doing it, but at least I can see them if I really pay attention. But I'm kind of used to it now. So at this point, I try to get the same energy as if I actually see a crowd, even though I don't see anybody and I don't know if anybody laughed at all.
I was hee hee ha ha and through the whole thing.
Good. I'm glad.
I loved it. So everybody, this is Vernita Bostick. Tip your artists. Tip your artists. Let's keep our artists employed. Let's show them our love via their Cash App. So Vernita, thank you. I love
Thank you.
And here we are. We're at the almost end of our show, and we have our last artist, but not least, of course, we have MADaam Bach. MADaam Bach is a Boston-based jazz vocalist who started singing at the age of 3 and started her musical career as an orchestra singer with the Korean National Police Orchestra. And she's now recording her first Brazilian album. So let's bring on MADaam Bach. Oh, you're muted.
Muted. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just. It's just you.
Hello. This is MADaam Bach. I'm a jazz vocalist. I graduated Berkeley, and I'm recording my first Brazilian album with the great guitarist Romero Lubambo and Marco Pereira right now. So I'm going to sing Chega de Saudade and Saudades Samba. Enjoy. Vai minha tristeza, e diz a ela que sem ela não pode ser. Diz-lhe numa prece que ela regresse. Posso mais sofrer. Chega de saudade, a realidade é que sem ela não há paz, não há beleza, é só tristeza, sai de mim, não sai de mim, não sai. Mas ela voltar, que coisa linda, que coisa louca. Puxa menos beijinhos a nadar no mar do que os beijinhos que eu darei na sua boca. Dentro dos meus braços, os abraços são de 100 milhões de abraços, apertado assim, colado assim, calado assim, abraços de beijinhos e carinho sem ter fim, que pra acabar com esse negócio de você viver sem mim. Romero Lubambo on guitar. a realidade é que sem ela não há paz, não há beleza, é só tristeza, melancolia que não sai de mim, não sai de mim, não sai. Mas se ela voltar, que coisa linda, que coisa louca. Beija-me nos beijinhos a nadar no mar, do que os beijinhos que eu darei na sua boca. Dentro dos meus braços, os abraços são de 100 milhões de abraços, apertado assim, lado assim, calado assim, braços de beijinhos e carinho sem ter fim. Que pra acabar com esse negócio de você viver sem mim, não quero mais. Je peux parar, stop all day, stay below, je vais attendre de stopper, but we about it, so the way about it, but it's taking a coca, so wait about it, to the rest of the way. Thank you. My second tune is So Dance Samba. So danço samba, vai, 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 vai. So danço samba, vai. So danço samba, vai, 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 vai. So danço samba, samba, vai. Já dancei o twist até demais, mas não sei, me cansei. Calypso, cha-cha-cha, so danço samba, vai, 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 vai. So danço samba, vai. Stångar, tabadua. Se tu nos beia, joga bem, estourou. Está tão até tão astir, se não waste a better way. Sudaru patas teu e teu, se não castou, estará com dorei, se leia do barulho, estou bom bem, será basta postinha para onde estou, baby, leve eu. Danço samba, vai, 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 vai. Só danço samba, samba, vai. Só danço samba, samba, samba. Vai, 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 vai. Só danço samba, samba, vai. Je danço twist até demais, mas não sei, me cansei do calypso, cha-cha-cha. So danço samba, samba, vai, 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 vai. So danço samba, 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 vai. Shagaragara, Thank you, Romero.
Wow. So, Madam Bach, you are from Korea. You you got started. Then you studied jazz in Seattle and Boston, studying jazz, and now you're based in Boston. What led you to Brazilian music that you do so eloquently?
I don't know. I love Brazil much. I think the Brazilian Portuguese is the most beautiful language, so I'm trying to record my album in Brazilian Portuguese. I just wanted to make the most beautiful sound, to make myself beautiful and to make people happy and peaceful. Yeah, that's why.
I'm gonna borrow a comment from one of our Facebook watchers who said, "This is really quite lovely. I wish we had a dim atmosphere and some wine and espresso. The vibe that you created just through the screen was just. I really wish I had a glass of wine. I was on the beach in Rio."
Wow, cheers.
So, audience, tip your artist, Madam Bach. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You were lovely.
Thank you.
So, guys, here we go again. This was Jersey Fresh. This is NJ Pack's limited run open mic series here on Facebook Live, where we put the spotlight on some of the amazing talent right here in the Garden State and beyond. It is my joy, it is my privilege, but most importantly, it is my duty to provide an outlet for artists, the folks who bring us so much joy. Tip your artists, follow them on social media, and donate to NJ Pack. Every little bit counts to help us. Although our physical doors are still closed, we're still hard at work providing mostly free content for you. Conversations, dance classes, virtual performances, and extensive arts education programs for young people. So click njpack.org/donate. Make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you are on our email list to know what's going on. And we look forward to seeing you for week 5 of Jersey Fresh next week. And while you're at it, don't forget, before you go, voting equals self-care. Be at the polls on November 3rd. And until next week.